The Muscarelle Museum of Art is a nexus. It is a nexus because it is a place where the university meets the community, where human intellect meets creative expression, where diverse ideas, cultures, and perspectives converge. It is first and foremost a teaching museum. It started as a dream of Zoe and Tom Graves, forward-thinking people who knew that one of the oldest art collections in the country needed a museum to preserve and present its historic objects. It was the only responsible solution to the challenge of safeguarding a collection which, thanks to the generosity of donors, including Abby Aldrich Rockefeller and Jean Oatland Chrysler, had grown to considerable size and prominence by the late 1970s. And its beginnings were paved through the hard work of an extraordinary young art history professor who rescued our Georgia O'Keeffe painting from possible oblivion and then cataloged the college art collection. This professor, Miles Chappell, along with the museum's first registrar, Louise Lambert Cale, laid the groundwork for a modern museum, instituting systems to document and care for the collection in the university's custody. The museum didn't become a reality, however, until a small band of supporters, led by Joseph and Margaret Muscarelle, provided the funding to break ground. Constructed in 2 phases, the project was a tour de force on campus, invigorating the university's design with a masterful and timeless work of modernist architecture. Designed by Williamsburg architect Carlton Abbott, the building exterior incorporated a monumental installation of vibrant color that would become a celebrated icon of the city's landscape.
All who have joined to imagine, to draw, to build, to finance, and sustain this new structure share in the achievement. It has been a truly mutual effort of near heroic proportions, achieved entirely through private rather than state or federal support.
The museum opened its doors in 1983 under the directorship of Glenn Lowry, who established a small but mighty team of staff, volunteers, and student interns to launch its first exhibitions and programs. In the 40 years since its opening, the museum has hosted hundreds of exhibitions to support its mission to serve as a catalyst for exploration in the arts. It has continued to acquire art, building on the strengths of the collection's origins and charting new directions as it seeks to serve the needs and the interests of a diverse community. A concerted effort has been made to fill gaps by collecting the work of underrepresented artists and extending into areas of modern concern, including social and environmental justice. The museum is a laboratory for experiential learning, embedded in the academic life of the university, collaborating with faculty and staff in interdisciplinary ways, and engaging students through internships, research, and study.
What we know, too, is that the human beings who appreciate the arts deeply go on to lead in all kinds of careers. Those destinations, everything else that our students do from the experiences here, are ones that are going to matter in the communities that they go to.
As we mark 40 years since our founding, the museum has again outgrown its home, and again, we rely on the vision and generosity of donors whose love for the arts paves the way for an exciting future. Thanks to a transformational bequest by the late Martha Wren Briggs, William and Mary class of 1955, the expanded Muscarelle will reopen in 2024 with 3 times the gallery space and exciting new educational spaces. Housed in the Martha Wren Briggs Center for the Visual Arts, the Muscarelle will bring together campus and community like never before. Together, we are poised to make the next 40 years truly remarkable.